So for someone who is currently adjacent to someone like you, whether it be a friendship or a relationship, what piece of advice would you give to that person?
Just be patient. I mean, I obviously don't want to tell anybody to do anything that they don't want to do, but if you want to interact with me and be in that within that space with me, all I'm asking is for patience. Because I understand that it's not easy for all of us right now. I mean, we have basically collectively survived a really crazy global event. Let's just start there. Let's forget about all the past shit that we were carrying, because Lord knows we have so much genetic just memory of crap. But just here, right now, where we are, it's been a hell of a situation that I can tell has affected everybody mentally.
You can tell their way of thinking has changed.
Yes, and if you didn't have a mental condition or disorder before then, a lot of people probably have one now.
Yeah.
And so just understanding that, and I know that sometimes it's hard to be patient because you don't want people to just take you for granted, and you don't want people to take your patience for weakness and take advantage of it. So it's important to learn to discern, but even still, like, understanding and expecting people to be who they are and understand where they are. And if you can ride with it, cool. If you can't, that's cool too. But just, try not to come into situations all the time with your expectations, and try to meet somewhere in the middle, because you might learn something. I mean, I've definitely learned a lot about relationships and friendships and things that I feel like I want to integrate into my the way I treat people and the way I see people and communicate with people. And so that's a benefit. But then there's differences, and respecting those differences, and respecting that those differences don't necessarily have to mean that somebody doesn't care about you or doesn't love you or doesn't think you're great, but just they have a different way of approaching and expressing those things.
Every time you said differences, I just heard like genuine in the background. It's not about you. Within your experience, what's the importance of friendships in your life?
I'm definitely learning to value my friendships more. But also learning what I want out of a friendship.
What do you want out of a friendship?
I think it's interesting because I've always been just comfortable with the idea of a friend being someone that I can talk to, that I can vocalize things with, that I can laugh with, that is there for me in certain events that happen in my life, or support me when I need help or something like that. But I'm learning through some friendships that I've gained that it's also about creating experiences with people that are valuable, and that you cherish, something that 50 years down the road you can say, remember that, remember that. And also just about sometimes being spontaneous. I've never been the type of person, I won't say that, I have friends that sometimes they'll give me something that I didn't expect them to give me. Or I'll come over their house and they'll be like super hospitable, and I'm just like, you don't have to be. Like, this is not a requirement. I am totally comfortable just coming into your house and having conversation with you. You don't have to offer me nothing. It's cool. if I want something, I can ask for it. You know, but when you're on the receiving end of it, it feels really beautiful that somebody took the time out to really think of you that deeply, even if you didn't require it, you know? That feels good. And so while I still say it's not a requirement, you don't have to give me nothing, you don't have to, you know, it's fine. But just to be able to know that I made someone feel nice in that moment, just because I thought of it, it's such a beautiful thing that I don't feel like is promoted very much in our very individualized society. To think about, you know, the collective happiness of, of others. My phone is going to go through it.
You're good.
But yeah, so that it's challenged me to think of friendships in a different way and to think of more ways that I could be a friend, you know.
Are there goals you've had to set for this year? Is it good to have goals as someone who goes through, who balances what you balance?
I think it's important to have goals, but not to be so married to them in a sense that you feel like your life is over if you don't accomplish them. Because your goals can change. Also, you know, and sometimes it's okay to realize, like, hey, like, I thought I was going to, like, to say, if I were to say my goal is to sell out 2 million tickets by March, that is a crazy goal in my opinion. And so it's okay to, like, be like, maybe my goals are a little out there, but it doesn't mean you can't set them, but just have fun about it. Like, if you know you probably ain't going to reach 2 million, but you're having fun with the idea of trying. Let it motivate you to try, but don't be disappointed when you don't get 2 million. Just allow your goals to push you in a way that is exciting and that is enjoyable. It's just like people who train. Like, I used to train Taekwondo.
Shout out to Taekwondo.
Yeah. And I didn't get a red belt. I stopped at red belt, but I didn't get a red belt right away. I had to train for years until I got it. And, you know, I had to enjoy those moments in between where I was training to get to the red. And because if I didn't, I couldn't enjoy where I was at. It would never be enough until I got to the red. So it's just like, have the goal, but it's okay if it takes 5 years. It's okay. At this point, the only people that care about when you reach a goal is you and people that need to mind their business. Those are only two people that, like, really care that much about it. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's your life. You know, who are you impressing? You know what I'm saying? It's just live your fucking life. And have fun with it. It's like, I wanna learn how to skip rocks on the lake. Am I gonna get upset with myself if I can't do that? No, I'm just gonna have fun learning to skip rocks on the lake. And if I manage to learn how to do it before I die, that's excellent. If I don't, at least I had fun learning, trying, practicing. You know?
What would you say to your younger self if you could, from everything you've learned so far?
Relax. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. It's okay. You are fine. You're smart. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Not even to yourself. Just do it and have fun. And that's it.
Okay. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Jenna Camille SMG. And you can also Google me. I am Googleable. So go ahead and do a Google search, and I'm there.
What about your band's page? You guys killed that.
Oh yes, Golden Brown. Yes, please follow Golden Brown. It's Brown with the E at the end. On Instagram. We're not on Twitter, I don't think. Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, all the stuffs. It's Golden Brown with the E.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the interview. Thank you for pulling up.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course. We've been talking about this for a minute, so I'm glad we can do this. I can't wait to put this out and crack jokes and do videos based off this. And like have you loop in also. But all right, this has been another episode of Mental Health Monday with your boy Juice. See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.